Fans expected Keith Urban to move on quickly after his shocking split from Nicole Kidman. But when he stepped back on stage for the very first time, what he did left the entire audience stunned. Instead of erasing Nicole from his world, Keith chose to spotlight her in front of thousands, and the move has everyone asking the same question. Was this a heartfelt tribute, or something much more complicated? It was Keith Urban's first show since the headlines broke, and the energy inside Hershey's Giant Center was already heavy with curiosity. Fans weren't sure what to expect. Would he ignore the past completely, or subtly address it through his music? Then came the moment that caught everyone off guard. As Keith launched into his heartfelt ballad, Heart Like a Hometown, the big screen lit up with a familiar slideshow. And right there in front of thousands appeared Nicole Kidman and their two daughters. The image wasn't just a blink and you'll miss it moment. It lingered, framed in warmth, almost like a reminder of the life Keith had just lost. Some fans saw it as a touching tribute, a sign that he refuses to erase Nicole from the story of his music. But others couldn't help but wonder, was this an awkward oversight, or a deliberate choice to show the world he's not ready to let go? The moment the photo appeared, the audience fell into a stunned silence, before whispers rippled through the crowd. Some fans gasped, others clapped, and a few pulled out their phones to capture the moment. By the time the concert ended, social media was already buzzing. On one side, supporters rushed to defend Keith, calling the slideshow a sign of deep loyalty. Proof that even in the middle of heartbreak, he still honors the family he built with Nicole. To them, it was raw, real, and undeniably romantic. But the other side wasn't so forgiving. Critics accused him of emotional manipulation, suggesting the move was designed to win sympathy and shift the divorce narrative in his favor. Was Keith showing the world a vulnerable heart, or carefully curating the story of a man blindsided by love lost? The debate only grew louder as the clips went viral, leaving fans divided and hungry for answers. Just days before that concert moment, the news had already shaken Hollywood. That contrast painted a tragic picture. One partner desperate to keep the family together, the other slowly slipping out of reach. And when you pair that reality with Keith's decision to keep her face in his concert slideshow, it raises an even bigger question. Is he truly moving on, or is he clinging to the ghost of a love that's already gone? As if the divorce news wasn't dramatic enough, Keith's band setup has only added more fuel to the fire. Longtime guitarist Natalie Stovall finally returned to the stage after a noticeable absence, but it was her temporary replacement that had already stirred up a storm of rumors. Enter Maggie Bohr, the young musician who filled in during a Chicago show. What might have been a simple lineup change quickly turned into viral gossip when Keith leaned over mid-performance and joked, "I'll be your guitar player," while singing The Fighter. For fans, that wasn't just any track. The song was originally written as a love letter to Nicole Kidman, a duet that symbolized their bond. So hearing Keith reframe it on stage with someone new, even as a joke, sparked wild speculation. Was this a hint at a budding romance, or just painfully bad timing during a very public split? Either way, the moment only poured gasoline on the fire, leaving fans to wonder if the music on stage was starting to mirror the drama behind the scenes. Only a few weeks before the divorce headlines, Nicole Kidman was painting an entirely different picture. On June 25th, she marked their 19th wedding anniversary with a tender Instagram post, a candid shot of her resting her head on Keith's shoulder backstage. The caption was simple but intimate. "Happy anniversary, baby." At the time, fans gushed over the couple's longevity, celebrating them as one of Hollywood's rare love stories that had stood the test of time. But then, almost overnight, that fairy tale collapsed. The same woman who had just declared her love was suddenly filing papers to end the marriage. For fans, the emotional whiplash was brutal. How could a relationship appear so warm and steady one moment, only to unravel so completely the next? Nicole has remained publicly silent since the filing, and that silence has only fueled speculation. Was the anniversary post a final attempt to save face, or a desperate hope that the marriage could still be saved? Looking back, the warning signs might have been there all along. In July, reports quickly circulated that Keith had stormed out in anger, unable to stomach the question. His representatives rushed to do damage control, insisting it was a complete nothing burger. They claimed Keith hadn't hung up in protest at all, just a technical glitch. But by then, the damage was already done. For many fans, that moment took on a new meaning once the divorce news broke. Was it really a minor misunderstanding? Or an early glimpse at deeper cracks in a marriage straining under Hollywood's spotlight? Despite the headlines and heartbreak, Keith Urban's High and Alive tour isn't slowing down. Dates are locked in across the US, with major stops scheduled in the Bahamas and the UK well into 2026. The real question now isn't whether the music will continue. It's what version of Keith Urban fans are about to see. Will the slideshow of Nicole and their daughters remain part of the show? A lingering tribute to a marriage that's officially ending? Or will Keith quietly erase her image from his stage, choosing to rewrite the story in real time as he performs? Meanwhile, speculation is swirling offstage. With two teenage daughters caught in the middle, fans wonder how custody will unfold and whether Nicole will pull back from the spotlight or dive deeper into her Hollywood projects as a form of escape. One thing's certain, this split isn't just a private heartbreak anymore. It's a global spectacle, playing out in real time. And every concert, every interview, and every move Keith and Nicole make will only fuel the narrative further. And in the end, one haunting question remains. Was Keith's tribute just a slip? An unedited piece of a show he's too busy to change? Was it a heartfelt statement of love for the family he still cherishes? Or was it something else entirely? A desperate attempt to hold on to the life that's already slipping away? Whatever the answer, one thing is undeniable. This isn't just a divorce. It's a spectacle unfolding under the brightest of spotlights. And as each song plays, each photo flashes, and each rumor spreads, the world is watching Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman's breakup play out, not in private, but center stage.